Well, good morning, everybody. I'm going to go out here and pick some of my Hungarian purple hot peppers, the little bitty ones, because we're going to make some pepper vinegar, hot pepper vinegar out of those. And I got a bunch of them on the bush, the little tiny ones, so they would be real easy to put in a little decanter and make hot pepper vinegar. I think it'd be really pretty. But these are these little bitty peppers right here. See, they're tiny. But I tell you what, they are hot, hot, hot. They're purple. Some of them are still red, but when they're ripened, they basically turn purple. Put my bowl right there. Still got part of the flower blooms on them. But I grew up with hot pepper vinegar. The people in the South where I'm from used hot pepper vinegar just like they did hot sauce. Only they'd make a hot pepper vinegar out of, you can either use white vinegar or apple cider vinegar, either one, doesn't matter. Both of it makes a good pepper, a hot pepper vinegar. I have to remember not to rub my eyes after doing this. Lucky, what do you want? Huh? What do you want? I needed to bring me out a little stool. It's hard to stand on your head to do this. I don't think you want a hot pepper. No, Lucky, I don't think you want a hot pepper. But some of them are still red, but they're still hot. They're little red hots, that's for sure. And it's so thick. I just dropped one. Pretty red one. Have to save that. I want a red one in there. The different color peppers makes it pretty in a nice little decanter. I've put these in fancy little decanter vinegar jars or wool jars. and gave them as presents for Christmas. A lot of people nowadays don't know what to do with a hot pepper vinegar, I've noticed. But yeah, we grew up putting this on anything that you would put a hot sauce on. We put a splash of hot pepper vinegar on it. Lucky, why are you going round and round my feet? Huh? Why are you going round and round my feet? I mean, this bush is literally crammed full of these little peppers, and I wanted to get out here early to pick them before it got hot. Before the sun got in this spot, because this spot gets early morning sun. And I probably should have gloves out here on picking them, but I don't. It's a good thing I'm in one spot, because Lucky keeps going round and round my ankles. Got a couple of bell pepper out here too. Look at that. Bell peppers and hot peppers growing right here in the same bucket almost. These little purple peppers have purple blooms. Oh, I'm gonna have to get on the other side. If I can get over here. Got morning glory growing up my pepper plant. I think I pretty well cleaned this bush. But I got that many little Hungarian purple peppers, hot purple peppers. Some of them are red. If they stay on there long enough, they'll turn, they're green, then they turn purple. And then if you leave them, they'll turn red. But they're hot no matter what color they are. Now I got Little Buddy and Lucky here with me. Yeah, I got both fur babies out here with me. These are jalapenos. And the only reason I don't like using jalapenos is they're too big. The peppers, they get too big to put them in a little fancy jar or decanter. Let's check on some of these I don't remember the name of them, but they're like a banana pepper. But see, even those are too big, really. To put into a little decanter, a fancy decanter. Unless you can find one that's really small like that. And that's almost getting too big. In a bigger jar, it would be okay, but a little jar, you want the little tiny peppers. I don't know if that'll go in there or not. It's kind of on the big side. See, even the smallest of these peppers are so much bigger than these little Hungarian peppers. Those are just right to put in a little tiny fancy decanter. You know, a glass bottle. I got to come out here and pick the rest of these so I can make some cowboy candy. Some more cowboy candy. Now there's a red one there, look. That one's just right to go in there. It would be okay. It's not too big. And I found one that's turning orange. It's little. If you can get them little like that, it's better. Get the little tiny ones. Here's one that's orange. See how little that pepper is? That's just right to put in a decanter. But see, even those are a lot bigger than these other peppers. A lot bigger. I think the other ones are too big. Might could use that one. Maybe that one. And that one. I had planted sweet banana peppers, and when these first started putting peppers on them, I thought they were my banana peppers because I got some of the seeds mixed up. But then I realized, no, it's not my banana peppers. It's these were the hot peppers. We can go on the other side. I think I got some over here. I'm not sure. I know I got plenty of bell peppers that I got to come out here and pick. All of these are either bell peppers or jalapenos. That poor pepper rotted on the bush. I was getting ready to pick it. But yeah, the jalapenos are too big. You need the little tiny peppers like this to make your hot pepper vinegar. Chili peppers, cayenne peppers, all those kind of peppers. And it looks like for the most part my my collards, not cabbages. There's one or two that don't look too good this morning, but the rest of them are kind of perked up. So they should be looking, they'll do okay, I think. Now see if you can get a jalapeno, a little one like this. It'll go in the little jar. It's not too much bigger than these. Oh, I shouldn't have done that with my finger. Should have brought something out here to cut them with. Some that size. Little bitty one. That's a little jalapeno. Yeah, if you can catch them before they get too big, they're just right to put in those little bitty fancy jars. And I'm going to have to be careful with my hands after this, because I'm not wearing gloves. You know what happens when you get hot pepper on your fingers. Here's a couple of them. It's just about the right size. They're already too big. I just leave them and let them grow bigger. They're working on the house next door, y'all, this morning, so you're going to hear stuff running. See, I found quite a few little jalapenos to go with them. So that's going to make a festive looking little decanter of hot pepper vinegar, because I've got green, yellow, orange, red, purple. It's going to look pretty, I think. See if we can find some more of these. Couple more. Some of them have already gotten too fat. I'd like to get another one or two of the little banana peppers, the yellow ones that are hot. Go back and see if we can find some more of those. Just a couple more. We don't need many more. I'm only going to make a couple of jars of the peppers. So, I got hung on the net, y'all. I see ones like that got way too fat. You can't. I mean, you can put them in a bigger one, but I wanted a small one. Some of them would be pushing the size, so. Like that one, it's skinny. It's skinny, it didn't get fat, so that will work. I think that'll do it. You don't need those stems. Yeah, but that's going to make a pretty decanter of hot pepper vinegar with all the different colors, the red, the yellow, the green, the purple, the orange. So I think that'll be pretty. So I'm going to take these in the house and I'm going to get me a decanter and I'll bring you back. Well, y'all, as I promised, I was going to show you how I did my pepper vinegar. These are some pepper vinegars that I've already done. Different types of decanters. These just have a cork top to them. I don't know if you can see them any better here. But they just have a cork stopper in the top. And they're made for, stuff like this. And I've got one in this one too. Just a cork stopper. But that makes a nice little decanter for your hot pepper vinegar. And I've got some new decanters for these. Just a little bit bigger, a different style. With a regular stopper that goes in the top. And these are regular oil or vinegar bottles. These are. But let me wash my peppers. Whoops. Sorry, those things are already hot. Goodness. I'll wash them and put them on this towel right here to drain just a little bit. Whew, they're hot already, y'all. Now, what I'm going to do with these, I'm going to put just a little bit of garlic in each one. I've got 2 of them here. They don't show up too good under this light. They're clear glass. But you can see, you'll be able to see them good when I put the peppers in them. But I got some garlic out of the garden. I raised garlic too. Picked all my peppers out of the garden. I'm just going to separate some cloves. And get them peeled. We're not cooking with these, so we don't have to squash them. But we do need them peeled. They're not going to be very cooperative. Doesn't look like. A little bit harder to peel when you can't squish them. You flatten them out, you can peel them real easy because the hull comes right off of them. But we're not squishing these. We're going to leave them whole. I mean, you know, each individual clove is going to be left whole. I think I'll put about 3 little cloves because these are not very big. I may put the whole clove in there. Because like I said, this garlic was not that big. Just get all your hull off of your garlic. You don't want to put holes in there. I mean, it won't hurt, but it's best to get them off. If you can. These things stick to your fingers. These pieces are so tiny. But they're powerful. And then once your fingers get at least a little bit wet or moist, the peeling wants to stick to your fingers. So that's fun in itself. But as the saying goes, you can do it. Now you can also chop up a little bit of onion if you'd like and put in these. So far, I usually just put garlic and peppers in mine. We just drop them in. See, the little ones go in fairly easy. I mean, if you get a big one, you're going to have to shove it in there. You want some that'll go down through your hole real easy. Just like that. That's a little iffy. I'm not going to try to push that one in. Just leave it out. Put in a couple of garlic cloves and then add more peppers. Because usually the opening to these little decanters are not very big. So you've got to have the little peppers to go in there. Isn't this fun, y'all? This is so much fun. And I just lost a pepper down the stove. I'll find it though. It looks so festive when you can get different colors in there. The reds and the oranges and the purple and the green, the yellow. Well, it's not going to help to hold that. This is the first year I've grown these little purple ones. And I didn't think they'd be that hot, but oh my God, they are so hot. They could be a lethal weapon. And you don't even have to fill it up. I mean, with what peppers I got in there now, you can make hot pepper vinegar. But I like to put quite a few in there. And when you use your vinegar out, you can always leave your peppers in and fill it back up with vinegar. Either apple cider vinegar or either just white vinegar. You use either one. And you'll keep having hot pepper vinegar. Because these peppers will last a long time in vinegar. So you don't just use all your vinegar and then throw it away. You refill it with vinegar. And then let it wait for a few days and all that hot gets into the vinegar again, and you got more hot vinegar. I'm gonna have to make sure I wash my hands good. Yeah, these little tiny peppers are little, but oh my God, are they hot. They're like cayenne peppers or chili peppers. I think it looks a lot prettier to fill the jar up with the peppers than to just put half of it full and then fill it the rest of the way with vinegar. I think it just looks nicer. But you certainly don't need any more peppers than what I got in here already. But I'll put a few more in because I've got them. And I'll have more, I'm sure. But don't think because these are purple they're not good. They might look like they're rotten or something in the jar, but they're purple. There's nothing wrong with them. Yeah, so don't worry if you only got a half a jar of peppers, that's fine. That's enough to make hot pepper vinegar. You don't need it full completely to the top to make the vinegar. So don't think you do just because I'm filling it up. I just think it looks better that way. More decorative. Oh, did I get any yellow ones in there? Yeah, I did. They're down in the bottom. Put a couple more pieces of now, like I said, you can use your apple cider vinegar or you can use white vinegar. It doesn't matter. Now you can add like different spices to that if you want. But once that vinegar soaks in these peppers and that garlic, it's going to turn into hot pepper vinegar with a little bit of garlic flavor. And that's what you're going to add, just like you would a hot sauce. You know, the little bottles of a hot sauce you buy, like Texas Pete, that type of thing. Well, you add this just like you would the Texas Pete to any of your dishes that you want a little bit of kick, you know, a little bit of spice to it. These were jalapenos and different types of peppers here. They're not the Hungarian peppers. But these were jalapenos. I think a few chili peppers that I had. Hot banana peppers. But that shows you that you can have a lot of different style jars to put your hot pepper vinegar in. And if you got a family member that likes hot pepper vinegar, well, there you go. This was the very first one I fixed, but I've reused this same decanter for years now. I just empty it, take all the, because they'll start breaking down, but you can keep them for several years in vinegar like this. I mean, they last forever. But once you start seeing your peppers break down, then you just dump it all out. You might have to stick something in there to break the peppers up the rest of the way to get them out. But you can get them out, clean your jar, clean your stopper, and refill it with more peppers and vinegar. Yeah, those are in there, and they kind of float to the top. I could put a little bit more vinegar in there. I think I'll do that. I already threw everything in the dish drainer. Try it without the funnel. There you go. But there you go, y'all. That's how easy it is to make hot pepper vinegar. And like I said, you can slice up a little bit of onion in yours if you want. You can put garlic cloves like I did. You don't scrush them or crush them. You just take the hulls off and stick them in there. I got 3 or 4 little tiny cloves in each one of those. But doesn't that make a pretty jar of vinegar, y'all? I think it does. Hot pepper vinegar. I got purple, red, yellow, green. All different colors in there. I think that's pretty. And another good thing about that, some people just like to leave it sitting out on their dining room table with their sugar bowl, you know, and different things. And because you don't have to refrigerate this. It's in vinegar. The vinegar will preserve your peppers. But how's that for a gift for Christmas? A fancy decanter. Just put you a nice red bow on it or a green bow with a name tag and give it as a Christmas present. I think that's adorable. I really do. And the peppers, when you first put them in there, they kind of float to the top. You'll see a little bit of space at the bottom. But they'll start soaking up the vinegar and the peppers will go down to the bottom. The peppers have air in them right now. But as they soak up that vinegar, they're going to go down to the bottom. And like I said, you can add garlic, sliced onion in that. any type of a spice you want with the hot peppers. And you've got a hot sauce just like you would if you bought a bottle of Texas Pete. I promise you. And the vinegar will get a darker color like this did. I mean, it's still pretty clear, but it'll start bringing on the color of some of the peppers. You can see that vinegar is just a little bit yellow looking, or not completely white after it's been in the peppers for a while. So there you go. Put you a label on it, put you a bow, and there's you a Christmas present to give to somebody. I wouldn't suggest you mail it because these lids do not fit airtight. And I'm afraid, they will drip. If you turn them upside down or sideways and leave them for a while, they're going to drip hot pepper out, hot pepper vinegar. They're not like putting them in a mason jar and sealing it like you would if you're canning something. So don't try to send that in the mail. If you try to send one in the mail, make sure you put it in a mason jar with an airtight lid tightened down really good. And it would be help if you would heat it up just enough to get it to seal. And then you could ship it. But you definitely can't ship it in one of these decanters, because you'll end up with a peppery mess. Well, that's all I got for you today. I wanted to show you my new Hungarian little bitty mini peppers and what you can do with them. I mean, you can also spice up your food with them. Put them in your cooking dishes or whatever. But this is a great way to do it, and a great way to come up with a Christmas present for someone. So with that, I'm going to bid y'all a good day, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye now.